Hey everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. This is our Path of the Damned Herald run. Episode 75. Took us 75 hours to get to Matario Cozy, which you can make to like 6 or 7 hours. Probably significantly less actually if you're really trying. Oof. Okay, so here is the Minpuerca's tree. And we are going to, I think we just get to run up to it now.
Trespasser, vile defiler.
See? Told you, I think it's that same voice. A stench of rot hovers over the Minpuerca. He points a crooked, wand-like finger at you and advances.
Madam, this is a swamp at best. What could we be trespassing on?
I love Takehu. She hisses at Takehu.
Mother, listen to this one. He healed me. My tree.
The Delamgan holds out her arms to the Minpuerca.
This one can aid us, Mother. Sorrow and corruption stole away our senses, and we must learn to live anew.
My tree is scoured clean. Your roots are still tangled. There is power in him.
Like, the others are all, like, kind, and they're all like, "Oh, Mother, please, we want to live again." And this one's all like, "Bitch, I look good. You know." It's like, goddamn. Real? Real? She nods to you grudgingly.
No, he has twisted you against us. After we have drained his water, we will show you how to mother this island properly.
Are you responsible for this blight?
We do not speak to the fertilizer.
She halts her step to regard you with an affronted snarl.
You are nothing but water to feed our young, soil to birth our seed.
She extends both her arms and shrieks a high-pitched call. Vines uncoil from the ground beneath your feet and tense with hungry anticipation. I didn't come here looking for a fight.
He speaks true, Mother. I do not doubt him, Mother.
He didn't kill me, and that's saying something.
That's right, because you are kind of a bitch. The Delamgan crosses her arms and nods.
You are too trusting, child.
She narrows her eyes on the Delamgan before gesturing for you to speak with an open claw. What are you?
We are the life of this isle and the guardian of its Adra.
She glances towards the outcropping of ruined mineral sprouting from the ground.
When death spread wide her arms to embrace the Deadfire, we twisted ourselves and stood tall against her.
You know what I want to do? Un momento. Do I have... I want to, like, lock my chair in an upright position. Ah! Oh my goodness. My back has been getting to the point to where I kind of want to, like, lean back and like, brace myself. But the chair, you know, normally it reclines. This feels significantly better. Oh, goodness. When death spread her... Oh, why am I speaking? She already spoke that.
When the Kith who angered the gods sought refuge, we nursed our young on their remains.
I feel like my life just changed in this one instant. That I locked my damn chair in place, and now I have lower lumbar support. Oh my god, I'm such an old man. I've turned into such an old man.
Kara, you have been alive all of this time?
That's a revelation you've already had, Takehu. She merely stares at him, dark sap running down her eyes and nose. Your lands are blighted, your mind as well. Is it possible to heal you?
Ah, you are blind to the harmony of our grove, Outlander. We are perfection. You are the only infestation here.
Alchemy. A black beetle crawls from her leering jaws and onto the tangled mass of her hair. Yoy. I mean, I actually I really like the chair, and normally it's just fine. I don't know. I've been working out more, and it's probably I'm straining my back in ways that I probably shouldn't be. But it's just the last couple days I've been like, I want to sit up straight, and I just forget that I can do that. So it's just me being dumb, really. Also, how's it going? I think we're gonna go with you forget yourself. You forget yourself. There's a wrongness on this island, and it deserves to be set right. She bares her teeth and takes a combative step closer. Her foot sinks into the mud, and she pries it up with a wet, sucking sound. She blinks down at the rotted earth.
We look out on our garden and see green, bounty, life. The oldest cycle made healthy after the blight of Ukaizo's fall. Is this not so?
She squints, taking in her surroundings, without knowing where to settle her gaze. We are diplomatic and honest. No, this place is a mess.
Lies.
She peels back her lips to expose a mouthful of misshapen teeth. Ooh, was that the wrong statement? I don't want to have to do this again. And when Prigga screeches and the very jungle responds to her call.
Gods help me. She has lived long enough. Mother, no! Do not fight back!
Mother, please! We can be strong again!
Oh no! No! Okay, I definitely am gonna reload, because you can totally save her. Apparently being honest, and I'm kind of upset by that, but apparently in this game, more often than not, being honest is kind of like just an asshole answer. It's like, it's more along the lines of like quote unquote brutal honesty, like, I'm just being honest, you're shit. I'm just being honest, this place is trash. I'm just being honest, your faction are a bunch of assholes, right? It's honest, but it's like, it's not tactful honesty. It's abrupt honesty, and I don't really dig that. Like, I'm a very honest person, but I'm not gonna be an asshole to you, you know. So I've found that is quite frequently a situation.
Trespasser.
Madam, this...
All right, we'll
Mother,
flip
let
through
this
these
my
real quick.
No! He has twisted you again.
Yes.
We do not. You are nothing but water.
Come here looking for a fight.
He didn't kill me.
You are too trusting, child.
What are
We
you?
when the...
The...
3, your lands are blighted. Possible to heal you.
We are perfection. You
Forget
are the
yourself.
only infestation here.
There's a wrongness in this land.
We look out on our garden and see green, bounty, life.
I bet
The oldest cycle made healthy.
just
after
saying
the
perhaps
blight of
once, not
Ukaizo's
any
fall.
longer, will do just fine.
Is the...
She snarls, drawing her hand across her mouth and wiping a line of sap away.
This brackish water.
See?
I have rooted here for centuries.
Apparently the honest answer was just me being an asshole, which pissed her off and made her want to fight. Her spindly arm falls to her side with a sound of splintering wood.
The grove does not die. No, it lives in death.
My friend Takehu knows a thing or two about nature's oddities. I think he could aid you.
Ikera, I will try to take that as a compliment.
He folds his arms and raises an eyebrow. She closes her talons in a beckoning gesture, narrowing her eyes as you approach. This corrupted tree bows crookedly under its own weight. Bows or bows? I guess either would be apropos in that particular situation. Every limb drips with thick, putrid sap. Its vines have entangled the tip of an Audra pillar, seem to be infesting it with the same rot that permeates the surrounding jungle. Investigate the corruption closer. You shift aside leaves and vines, poking your fingers into an ooze-filled knothole. Sap running down the bark is both hot and uncommonly sticky. Down in its core, the tree is still green and alive. Long before the whole organism becomes a ravening parasite, but it seems aware enough to slow that inevitable decline. Have a druid whisper to the tree. Takehu approaches the tree with an anxious glance in your direction. The vines encircling the tree tighten in response. As Takehu lays a hand on the bark, the taller branches sway in a hypnotic pattern. Takehu concentrates with a furrowed brow. While Takehu is distracted, you feel a presence awaken and assert itself in your mind. Corrupted life endures inside the tree is more interested in you by far. The core of the tree offers you desperate images of health, long life, and food. All dark promises. Temptation and want are the only motives the tree seems to understand anymore. I wonder what this consider another approach is. And we'll just reject the false promises. A vine lashes out, making a desperate attempt to ensnare you. Makes only a brief, glancing contact, but the tree's presence in your thought grows weightier. No sooner is the contact made than the vine withdraws, a mixture of hesitation and fear sending it retreating back to the tree with shuddering, snake-like motions. Something inside of you has frightened the ancient rot, or else given it pause. You hear a sound like a rock splitting in half. Dark sap oozes from the cracks between the bark, sizzling when it touches the ground. A creaking of wood follows as vibrant color slowly eases up the roots of the healthy tree. Nice. Nice! The Monpuerga turns to you and blinks with surprise, her vision sharper and more focused than before.
Looking better already, I say.
Absolutely. Takehu winks up at her. She studies his motions, swallowing uncertainly.
That thing I was, she is no more, but I carry enough of her to know the meaning of gratitude. Thank you.
She nods.
I collected a small hoard of trinkets from visitors. We have no need of these trophies.
She gestures to the hollow of her tree, squinting at the bark as she struggles to recognize her surroundings. What will you do now?
This grove rotted a blink of an eye ago, by Aora's reckoning. I will grow and replenish what we lost.
She sighs, surveying the jungle and taking in the enormity of her task.
Taming it will be a chore, but there is time.
Yeah. I mean, y'all are talking about, like, this was all a blink to you, so, you know. Like, yeah, blink again, it'll be another 1,000 years. Like, fuck. Alright.
For healing my daughters, for restoring my mind, I name you a friend of the grove.
Leaning down, she touches her thumb to your forehead and closes her eyes. You feel momentarily lightheaded, but the sensation is over as swiftly as it began. What did you do?
You have been touched by nature's mark. Wear it with pride.
She smiles and inclines her head, saying nothing more. Swank! That, I believe, is a permanent buff. Do not know what it is called, though. Ba, 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 ba. Okay. Thandria. I don't know what that is. Yep. Double check. Otari Okozi. Bada 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 bada. Last Sanctuary. Healing the Grove. Oh, okay. Uh, you are identified as an ally, and none of the creatures in this map will attack you now. Gotcha. So, not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Indeed.
Narian's Ward. Alright. Incoming weapon damage is reduced as health is lost, up to a max of 15%. This round shield was crafted by Orvin, a Adiran blacksmith, after his son, Narian, informed him of his decision to leave home to follow a life of adventuring. Unable to dissuade his son, Orvin intended to make sure Narian would carry something with which to defend himself from the many dangers he would surely encounter. Orvin worked for weeks, painstakingly assembling the finest shield he had ever constructed. The blacksmith could not afford expensive wood or fancy leather. Even the rivets were of humble iron. The quality of the craftsmanship, however, and the care which Orvin poured into the shield made it into something greater than the sum of its parts. It was the last gift Narian would receive from his father, who passed away only several weeks after his departure. Narian would survive his adventures, eventually retiring to his family home, where he took up the smithy's hammer for himself. That's a remarkably nice story compared to the way that these stories normally end in this game. Father's Bastion applies minor health over time when the wielder falls near death. Sure. And Father's Masterwork, 15% of incoming grazes converted to misses, 15% of incoming hits converted to grazes, and 15% of incoming crits converted to hits. That is an amazing bonus. That is honestly an amazing bonus. That's a lot of decreases, like step decreases. It's really good. Really, really good. You didn't know items had history? Yeah, I think it's a really cool lore aspect about the game. So I don't really get into, sometimes I get into reading the books, like the actual lore books that come in games like this, but that ends up being so much reading a lot of the time, and it's so disconnected from everything else. But at least with a legendary item having a story, I feel like, that item's mine now. Now I'm adding to the story of that item, So it's kind of cool. I like the little stories that they have. The soulbound items, for example, take a look at this one. So this one has a little story, and this is soulbound items are a tier above legendaries. As you unlock more of the soulbound items, you'll also unlock more of the story of the item. And so it's kind of like a cool little lore hunt that you can do. It's fun. Just a little extra added thing to the game.
Just a moment, please. It's no trouble.
Hey, wooden spider figurine. Put that over to her. One of these days I will actually use all the figurines. No, I won't. Are we going to use that shield, I guess is a good question. Who did I pick it up on? Did I pick it up on no one? Ah, I did not pick it up. Right. Easy enough fix.
Happily.
Okay, so I definitely like Lithandria's Devotion more, so we will stick with that. I guess we can replace someone else's stuff. I would rather have a medium shield. On one of these two than large shields, for example. So, do something like that. Not that I tend to use their one-handed options, but just in case. Corrupted tiger. Aha. There is the golden inner ring. So we need this for the thing in the center. This thing, which we are heading to right now.
Beautiful. It is a good thing pirates did not reach this place before us, or it would have been melted down by now.
That's not true of all the pirates, just
Happily.
some of them. This soul flits about in hasty, panicked bursts. It eases closer to you with anticipation. Read the soul. They laughed at your hours studying the runic script of the ancient Huana, but here you are, poring over gold inscriptions while they scratch their heads. You promise yourself a good boast on the journey back to Nekataka. No one believes the Huana could have forged a device like the Golden Wheel, but you stay silent on the matter. The Ingwithans built more for function than beauty. And this is art. Rotating the control disc and pressing panels had you so engrossed that you mistakenly entered the wrong combination. A slit opened in the disc, discharging a gas that brought you to your knees, coughing loud enough to summon a creature whose shape you could barely perceive through the haze of pain. Boasting would have to wait. Because you did. So. I will click the thing. This massive golden disc is covered with intricate engravings and inscriptions. You are able to pick out symbols representing plants, wildlife, and boats, but there's no discernible order or meaning to their configuration. You note that the vacant depression in the control panel matches the engraved rings you found in the ruins. Study the engravings, look for a pattern. You can vaguely see how different points of the engraving seem to match up, forming a coherent shape in spite of being situated on opposite sides of the carving. A depression in the ring resembles a control panel, which could be used to manipulate the moving parts of the disc, though it is missing something. Read the main inscription. To all wayward kin, far from family shores, let this chart point the way home, that your tribe may welcome you open-armed. Engravings remember what the dead forget. Take comfort in this sanctuary, read its teachings, and let knowledge guide the hand that turns the wheels. The rings you possess could easily be set into the inner axis of the control panel. Slide the golden wheels onto the control panel. The rings settle into place, fitting neatly around their central axis. The outer ring is inscribed with passages in the Huana runic language. 4 symbols decorate the inner wheel. They show pillars of luminous Adra, the native Koiku fruit, a depiction of the Huana water-shaping art, and a lovingly engraved island. The way these inscriptions align suggests a relationship between the two. Something about the island catches your attention. The runes surrounding it are particularly elaborate, and every measurement uses it as a point of origin. It's Ukaizo. Akira, are we both seeing this? Takehu brings a shaking hand up to wipe his mouth. A set of dots on the inscribed panels of the outer ring suggests that it should be rotated in a sequence, starting from 1 and ending in 4. Rotate the wheel into the first configuration. Okay. I will probably use a walkthrough for this so I don't fuck it up. Alright. Though their roots grow from Rikuhu's lightless bowels, their yield is a welcome reprieve. So we want to do Koiki fruit. You turn the wheel until the passage aligns with the symbol of the Koiki fruit. The way the control panel sits atop the disc suggests that you could push this configuration down. Push it down on the metalwork. You press your weight on the panel. Deep inside the disc, you hear the rotation of heavy parts. The gold rings spring back up, ready to be spun again. The next inscription reads, "Our covenant to safeguard. Those petrified limbs are the health and safety of the Deadfire." I would assume this is Luminous Adra. It is Luminous Adra. You spin the wheels until the inscription aligns. Press down. Groaning gears. Next up, Ngati gifted her chosen people with dominion over her dark and turbulent kingdom. Come on, it's water shaping. Absolutely. You turn the wheel, lining up the symbol of water shaping with the inscription. A cacophonous grinding sound builds from somewhere deep beneath the disc. Whether this indicates a favorable outcome or not remains to be seen. Our horizon, our destination, our home. Wherever we go, she is the horizon. Ukaizo. It takes an extra hard push, but the rings settle into place. A long silence follows, in which you are forced to wonder whether or not you input the correct combination. What consequences might follow either way. Manipulating the control panel has rotated the rings of the massive inner disc into a new configuration, one that lines up with neat precision. The engravings intersect in a manner that forms the shape of the Deadfire. The emerging image is not exactly a map, but an index of islands and coordinates organized in relation to each other. You recognize several of the sighted locations as containing nothing but open water. Charting a path by this obsolete system now would likely be impossible. The word Ukaizo stands out from the other named islands. You take a rubbing of the disc in its completed form. Judging by your surroundings, this coordinate system has gone untouched for millennia. Your findings may be of interest to someone. Nice. Whether or not this treasure should be available to just anyone who happens by is another matter. The gold rings are resolutely locked in place. So, I think, basically, if we've got a lot of different scenarios, right? If we destroy the disc, we lose a lot of reputation with the Huana. And there's not really a downside, like we don't get fucked up or anything like that. Anyways. Okay. Let's just go. How it goes. So far it goes. Leave the disc intact and step away. Yoy! Alright. That, we'll take a quick tour around just in case maybe we missed something, because we were kind of like hesitant to... see? We were hesitant to get in the way of certain things, so... Definitely want to take a real quick world tour. Make sure, basically make sure Maya gets to see everything. Oh, also we should, swap, choose back.
What
See?
here?
We're fucking one of these places. Rotward. Sucks. It's so meh. It's just meh. Alright, back to the beginning we go. I really enjoy the fact that Takehu is not slowed down by water. Like, it's very rarely important, very rarely useful, but it just feels like it adds to his character element. You know, it's just like, ha, I see. I have some messages. Weird. Alright, anyways, continuing on. That is Matario Cozy! Swank! And of course, not everything is going to be right as rain, pleased as punch. Look at this motherfucker just coming in hot. I wonder if we can outrun him. There's no way we can out... Actually... He's honestly not that fast. I bet we could just, like, run away from him. We're not going to, though. We don't need to, I don't think. I'm pretty sure our reputation with the RDC is good enough that he's just gonna be like, yo, it's cool. Sailing offers a welcome reprieve from Matario Cozy until the silhouette of an advancing ship grows clearer on the horizon. The winds turn against you as the pursuer, a well-equipped Rowatayan junk, closes the distance handily. The flag of the Royal Deadfire Company waves proudly. A placard on the hull identifies it as Benevolent Aegis. Whatever the prince can do with your map, I'd wager the Hazanui can do it better. Shrugging, Maya snaps her spyglass shut. Takehu furrows his brow, sighing through his nose. A loud percussion, followed by the splash of water, announces a cannonball fired across your bow. Look, chill out with the cannon fire hellos. Stand down and prepare for inspection. A commanding voice bellows over the turbulent crashing of waves. Maya, any thoughts? That's Captain Pye's ship. Good man, by the books. Tends to fly off the handle when things don't go his way. Maya frowns. Seraphim strokes his braided beard beneath a quiet smirk. Second thought, forget the good man bit. Let's say he's persistent, and leave it at that. Shout, Parley! Benevolent Aegis draws close enough for you to recognize the crew as hard and disciplined coastal Amawa. One of them separates from the fold and plants his boot on the railing. Maya, a delight as ever. Maya, delight as ever. But you're on the wrong ship. He offers a broad smile and a Rowatayan salute. She merely nods. Name's Pye, and I'll speak plainly. Wouldn't be leaving Matario Cozy unless you found what we both want. The map. And this is what I'm talking about. So we can give him the map. I don't know that it does us any good to do that, though. Like, I don't know that I really get anything for giving him the map. But I definitely get stuff for giving Arihi the map. So, I think we're gonna go with this. Oh, okay. So we can get minor positive with the RDC. Do you want to live forever? Just fucking. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh my goodness. I mean, we can get a minor positive with the RDC, but I kind of just feel like we don't need it. I don't think. So I kind of just feel like we just hit him with the "you're shaking us down" scenario. Pitiful to see a son of Rauatai shaking down his betters for profit and mischief. Hold a moment. Pai leans forward to take in the name of your ship. He blinks once, twice. My apologies, Captain. I didn't realize we had friends on Matario Cozy already. Clears his throat into his fist. May the junk sail in calmer waters. He doffs his hat, signals the bosun to unfurl the sails. Close one. In spite of herself, Maya can't stop grinning. Fucking Maya. Fucking Maya. Okay. I think we are probably just going to head back to Nakataka. Because we've got a bunch of stuff to turn in, first and foremost. We could go do Bakarna's, but I kind of want to get some of these quests off my plate. So we've got this quest, Return to Sansa. We've got Umaro, which I think is the last bounty for Nungata. We need to talk to Okayo anyways. No, that's in Sayuka, sorry. Last sanctuary is Prince Aruihi. Okay, well, I guess we really only have 3 things going on there. So, but still, that's enough. Enough for me to return to the beloved city. Kuo o Rikuhu. All right. First, we'll hit Sansa on the way back. So first we just go to, I think, straight to Serpent's Crown. Bahanga Palace, base. Should be good. What are we gonna do next? Do we want to do Bakarna's? Do we want to do Sayuka? Do we want to do Crookspur? Do we want to do Oreo Kawiki? We have the options. I think
so. My sister finally wishes to negotiate with the Wahaki.
The prince crosses his arms and purses his lips, looking quietly impressed.
This is serious work. I trust you to behave yourself on Oreo Kawiki.
He raises his brow to Takehu.
Akira, just this once, my prince.
I love his attitude. Takehu raises his hand to suppress a chuckle.
Months ago, I told Onikaza to make appeals to the Wahaki Ranga. She must feel the walls of the Deadfire closing in, I say.
Do you have any advice?
Be respectful and ignore the mutterings in the street. I say the Wahaki are keepers of tradition, not hardened killers.
A fine line.
But if earning the trust of the Wahaki was easy, I would have done it ages ago.
I had other questions.
If there's curiosity to be satisfied, Akira, I will help.
We should talk about Matario Kozi.
Do not leave me in suspense, I say. Have you found Matario Kozi?
Aruihi raises his brow and gestures for you to speak. Your expedition never made it off of Matario Kozi. Sorry.
I sent good women and men to die in the name of the tribes and a vague hope. May Ngati thank them for their courage and Wodaka for their loyalty. May they return to us as Rangas.
Aruihi raises a shaking hand to touch his lowered brow.
What of their findings, Watcher? Did they recover anything? Anything about Ukaizo?
I found this ancient Tuana navigational chart. The prince accepts the chart in silence, holding it up to the light and poring over every detail with interest. His hands tremble as he holds the paper.
An unusual accounting of the isles, I say. Each one measured in relation to...
His fingers dripped up to the sigil of Ukaizo. Aruihi nods. They do not have scholar or explorer. Gotcha. Say nothing.
Ngati is one to throw obstacles in our path, but I say that an outdated chart is better than none at all.
Grinning all the while, Aruihi rolls up the parchment and tosses you a heavy pouch of coins. Hell yeah. 1,700 copper, over 10k quest experience, and major positive with Tawana. Sailing uncharted waters isn't cheap. You can, I'm assuming you can get an extra bit of coin. I'm not going to go that route. Thank you, my prince.
When we know enough, my sister will finance a fleet-wide search. Not for breadcrumbs, but lost Ukaizo.
The bark cloth was a message from the Wahaki to deter any visitors.
For what do they protect Matario Cozy, when its knowledge could help all Huana? One day I will have words with their Ranga to settle our differences.
I had some trouble with the Royal Deadfire Company on the open sea.
Akira, they will not let you escape with what they could so easily steal.
Prince Aruhi murmurs under his breath.
But will they not find the original chart as unprotected as a Riparu food pile?
Assuming they survive the jungle, probably.
I expected better judgment from an agent of the crown.
Yeah, well, I'm not destroying the history of your people. Aruhi folds his arms and presses the bridge of his nose.
Even with the help of the gods, our task was unlikely before these complications, I say.
He waves you on, eager to change the topic. Nothing more to report.
This is much to learn in a day, even for this warrior.
He touches his brow and
I
considers.
sent the expedition to their fate, and those who followed. Death is on my conscience this day.
He lifts his gaze to meet yours. They served you admirably. We are one step closer to Ukaizo.
Akira, just so. May all who fell on Matario Cozy slip through the eel's jaws. Huana and outsider alike.
Sighing, Aruhi bows his head.
But on to brighter times, I say. If Ukaizo can be found, then so too will the hopes of our people be made manifest.
His mask of grief breaks under the pull of a broad smile.
Too much has happened for you to waste words with the royal brother. From now on, you work with Onikaza as an honored guest of her rooftop garden. Only, be kind to her cats.
Been a pleasure working with you.
You say this now, but Onikaza pays better than her royal pinch fist of a brother. May the wind caress your sail.
Aruhi pats your shoulder and nods, smiling. Dope!
Captain, a word?
Yeah. Takehu's eyes widen in proportion to a smile. What's on your mind?
You came to the Deadfire for your own reasons. The problems of others, they must be noisy obstacles by comparison. We both know the burden of being looked to as a source of hope. What say?
It's not that bothersome.
Oh no? You have not been the savior of an archipelago as long as some of us.
Letting out a sigh and planting his hips on his hands on his hips, Takehu grins with deep satisfaction. He locks his eyes with yours and makes no move to break the contact. Look deeply into his eyes. He nods silently, the grin spreading across his features, but makes no other move. Continue looking into his eyes. Something in the black pit of his gaze draws you in, and you realize you took an unconscious step closer. Takehu doesn't move, and you can smell the ocean on his skin. Can you... Is it cheating in this game? Can you cheat in this game? Can you be unfaithful in this game? I have no idea. Reach out and touch him. You look like you want to get something off your chest.
Akira, just so. All the powers of the Deadfire have their eyes on the Watcher of Cadnua. Tell me, is the Watcher watching anyone?
I actually like Takehu. I would totally have jumped on this, but Maya came forth first. He tips his head coyly to the side, letting his hair drape down with a moist squish. I kind of want to hit him with the, well, Maya and I.
Say no more. I will not add a fish to the love triangle of Captain, Sharpshooter, and Bird.
I mean, I wouldn't argue, but that does seem complicated. Oh shit, Maya's over there like loading the fucking gun. Like, shame.
A pity you did not glance in my direction sooner, Captain.
No, other way around.
Pain of a missed opportunity. It is divine, I say.
Next time I play, I'm absolutely going Juana, and I'm going Takehu. I say next time I play. God, am I gonna play this game again? Probably in another 10, 15 years. I will probably, when Pillars of Eternity 3 comes out, right? I'll have to do a playthrough. You know? Shrugging, he opens his palms by his sides, his smile uninterrupted and in every way unconcerned. Be off. Yeah, he was fucking awesome. I just wish you could, like, customize their classes a little bit more. Like, games like this, it irks me because the mechanics of the game are such a staunch part of the game. And when storyline characters have subpar builds or stats, it pisses me off. I mean, it's not like you can't have fun anyways. I've been playing with all of the companions and having a blast, right? But like, we could take Takehu, and if the devs were just like, here, if you want to build Takehu the way you want to build Takehu, have at it, right? And we could just Shrek.
You need something.
There's better ways to build the story characters.
What say?
All right,
Hunter.
Here is Amauru's head. One rebellion cut off at the root.
Then the gods truly did not want Amaru to lead the Kahanga. Pity he learned the hard way.
Ngatha tucks the head aside and passes you payment. Minor positive, 6,000 copper.
You do good work, Hunter, but the bounties have dried up. That is a spring which time always replenishes in its course, I say.
Nice doing business with you, Nungatha.
You have my attention.
All right, hey, we got a level on Alagina. Max athletics, max intimidate, and probably just take spell resistance. Truthfully. Righteous soul. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we just take, I could take me. No, we already have penetrating strike. I take spell resistance. Go. Easy choice. 10% resistance to spell.
What say? No need
Very
to
nice.
ask twice.
Okay, it is time to head back down to... Wanna rock down to Beck Avenue. No, we're gonna go down to Queen's Birth and talk to Sansa. And I think that's it. Cancel. Sansa's Map Emporium. Oh, goodness. All right, Sansa, here we go, my man.
Welcome back, welcome back. It is a pleasure to see you once again. Tell me, how is the sailing? Smooth? Nothing to delay your expedition, I hope. How might I assist you?
I've got some material for your book.
We're so close. There's only one corner of the map left.
That is true. Sansa fusses briefly with his pockets, then his belt, before handing you a bulging coin purse. 5,000 copper.
Only it's for good reason. The waters in those parts are... Well, this region is probably why I had so much trouble finding help before you came along. Time to set out for the Razai Passage, out to the northwest. There are several islands out there nobody's done more than Ogolat from afar. I know you can do better. I'll be waiting.
Nice. And we just got level 18 on Takehu and 19 on Kajak. Alright, alright, alright. I think we might actually take Rise Again. Honestly, like, yeah, I think we might take Rise Again. Just to like have it as an additional situation.
You need
okay.
something.
Level 19. Okay, yeah, this is new power level. This is big shit. Okay. Like, this is the final power level. So, this is an amazing skill. It is even more so when you can get the final version of it. We cannot, so no. Same thing with Boil Their Flesh. We could get freaking Yet Its Mate Was More Feared, which is pretty dope. But we're not. I'm not going. The last time I played with a chanter, I went heavy summoner build. I'm not doing that this time around. From a skills standpoint, I think Her Tears Fell Like Rain is the only one that we're super interested in going. However, oh my god. Mercy and Kindness. Doifa doifa. Potent Empower. I actually am not a fan of these skills. I think of the three, the Penetrating Empower is probably the best one. But I don't enjoy empowering specific skills, period. So I think this basically boils down to, do we want to replace... I think we're pretty much stuck in Silver Knights. It's just really good. But it's a matter of, we could stop using Ancient Memory, right? And start using Mercy and Kindness instead. And that would be pretty interesting. Because we have other healing that we do. So we would basically, I think we'd be kind of replacing the healing that we get from Ancient Memory. I think we would kind of be fixing that with Mercy and Kindness, but we would also be increasing the healing that we get from other sources. Basically, is what I'm saying. I think it is probably a worthwhile adjust. I think so. I think it probably is. I also just love... this is what I took when I played with my summoner, and it's awesome, because it's just like, every couple seconds, boom, here's a skeleton, boom, here's a skeleton, boom, here's a skeleton, boom, here's a skeleton. Oh my goodness. The summoner build is nuts, by the way. It's just fucking nuts. I don't want to play that again. Alright, yeah, I think we take Mercy and Kindness. Probably we will take, when we hit level 20, we will probably take Her Tears Fell Like Rain. Because I don't think there's anything that we're just, like, really hankering for from the Paladin side of things. So... Stoic Steel, you build up armor while standing still, which is pretty good. And then you have all of the empowers. I think we probably just take Stoic Steel. Because, I mean, that's the majority of fights for K-Jack anyways. He runs up to a target and he sits there and stands for a duration of time. We could even go so far as, like, putting a heavy shield back on him again. Although I really like Lithandria's. But, I mean, you know, this is probably the best thing that we're going to be able to take for him. So, cool. Pretty fucking exciting. This guy, this is a fucking beast. Just a beast. All right, there you go.
Yes?
That does mean, in theory, we know we can respec, because we can spec out of... I don't think we can spec out of Come Soft Winds of Death, because I don't think we have other options that we can really take. But we can definitely spec out of Ancient Memory.
Yes?
Good to know. 400 health. So much health! So much health, I just do no damage. No damage on this character. No damage. It's absolutely chump damage. I'm actually thinking maybe we go hunt some Crookspurs for a while. To see if we can't get Modeware finished off. You know, that could be good.
The rays of his countenance bathe the world, bringing an end to the night.
Island folk tend to prefer light. Take your time. I'll give you space.
Okay. Ooh. Before I go crazy, like, selling stuff. One, I don't really need the money right now. Two, I kind of want to do a review of everyone's gear. I'm not going to do that right now. But that's kind of, like, on my list. Since we're super duper close to, like, being basically, like, max level and able to, like, fit everyone out with the gear that we want. We want to make sure, like, even all our side characters have all the stuff that they would like. Yeah, I think we just go hunting some Crookspurs. Oh, definitely want to make sure... Yeah, so she'll have that out. I should, we'll do this. Take him out, put her in, except... because she needs to kill 10 enemies, so... I'm just gonna hunt some pirates for a little bit. Bitch. Yeah, Sid Meier pirates, hell yeah. just hunt some pirates for a little while. See if we, so the ultimate goal here is to see if we can't get Modeware finished up, because dear Lord Jesus, we've been using Modeware for ages now. I'm basically just gonna leave everything. I don't think they can do anything to us. I'm just gonna leave everything on super fast.
I'm sure I can.
Jeez.
Just like that. To those who oppose the Republic.
My goodness. All right then. Oh, holy fuck. Alright, anything good? Let's take it all. All good. Alright. Fine. We need to check the boat real quick. Lindrath needs to get back into mission. Also, Baltia is a cannoneer. Do we have anyone who is currently cannoneering that is not a cannoneer only? We've got a couple people. We've got 3 people. So Baltia goes. Fuck. I'll try to remember that the next time I'm in Nekataka. Okay, let's hunt this one. Oh, hold up. Where are we even at with Modwer? We are so close. 1483. He should absolutely be able to do it. He should absolutely. You gotta leave? Alright. Well, it has been fun. Thanks for hanging out. We will see you next time. Ace Horizon. Have a good one. Odie Bodie. Odie Bodie. Yes, sir. All right, let him go.
I think that's beyond me.
Riling them all up. Nice. Easy peasy. Oh, I gotta take my socks off. My feet are getting hot. What, Odie boy? What? Is a melon? Modwer! Hell yeah. Alright. Eager Lover. Plus 2% action speed on scoring a hit until the end of combat. Very good. Okay. And now we must speak to Modwer. But we are going to do that on the next video. If you're watching on Twitch, stick around. We're going to keep playing. If you're watching on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed. We will see you next time. Bye, everybody.